What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news topics that happened in the scale world of RC over the last week. We post the news every Tuesday, so make sure and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you see them as soon as they pop up. But let's jump into this week's topics. We'll start it right off with some big news that popped up just hours before I'm filming this episode, and that is that Axialfest has changed the dates that they had posted to some new dates in late July. The dates are July 24th to the 27th. So they moved it from mid-June to late July. There's been a ton of snow up the hill. I'm not far from the area where Axialfest is held, either last year or where it's going to be held this year, and there's a lot of snow up there. It may already be gone by the time that Axialfest was supposed to happen, but at this time, we have a much better chance that it will be nice, dry, and clear terrain. Those new dates, the registration officially opened as well, so you can actually buy the tickets for the new day and plan your trip already. Hopefully, if you had made any plans, you can get them changed easily enough. Hopefully, it doesn't make too much of a hassle for any of you. Axialfest is always a great time, even with the different location. I'm sure it's still going to be a blast. I crawl up in that area. It's awesome terrain, so it's going to be worth the trip. Hopefully everything else comes together well and we can all have a good time. This event is now going to be the weekend after the We Rock event that is held up there. So there'll be some full-size rock crawling going on up there the week prior. If you happen to be in the area, always a good show to go see that as well. Next, from Proline, we've got a release that isn't off-road but still scale, and this is their Proline Hoosier tires. So we've got slick rear tires for drag racing as well as appropriate styled front Hoosier tires. These are most commonly used on converted short course trucks. So if you've ever seen any of like the no prep / drag racing, things like that, that is where this fits in. I've kicked around the idea of building one for months, and just with the other number of projects I've had going on, just haven't pulled the trigger. At this point, I'm still kind of hanging back there, wanting to, but not having the time. But these are definitely a good looking option with a nice flat square profile. Looks really appropriate. They had also released previously a couple of new drag racing bodies for short course trucks as well. The two body options, one kind of looked like a Tri-5 Chevy Pro Mod kind of. The other one looked like a Camaro Charger-esque late 60s era vehicle, but both were appealing. I liked the style of both. It would have been hard to choose exactly. I think I probably would have gone the Charger Camaro looking one. And speaking of the bodies, Proline also released the third group of colors of their new line of paints. Please get into some more specialty colors here, but they really have opened up a huge line of paints with the 3 different releases. So if you're looking for a color, you're probably going to be able to find one that's pretty close now, or with these combinations, easily mix your own. These are airbrush paints, not aerosol, so you will need airbrush equipment to use them. If that's your thing and you've got that equipment or you're looking to get into it, worth taking a look. And for the last topic of this week, there's been a new truck pop up on social media, kind of seeing just a few details of it here and there. It's actually coming from Hobbytech RC, which is a brand that I've seen before, but not super popular, at least not in our area, and definitely not in the scale area where we're starting to see them trying to make a move. And this is called the CRX Survival. Now, it looks like a pretty basic truck. It's a regular solid axle truck all the way around with a steel C-channel ladder frame chassis. Does have some things that you can tell maybe they're not 100% in tune with the market. It's got a chassis mounted servo, but with a 4-link suspension, no panhard. The tires look like some kind of cross between the ones that I've seen on the G-Made Bomb and a Proline Hyrax. Overall, it does have a front mounted motor, but it is quite high. The body looks pretty decent. It looks like kind of an old Willys style with a hard molded grille. We can see that it comes with metal bodied shocks. The axles look somewhat reminiscent of like an MST CFXW style center section with the longer upper link mounts and the diff cover area, but no portals. Just overall, if I was going to compare it to anything, I would say it looks closest to an MST CFXW, just with the high front motor position, the style of the axles, even the style of the chassis and the upper shock mounts. It looks very familiar in that way. But any other information has been pretty light, so we'll just have to wait and see if anything else comes of it, or if we're going to see them imported in the United States even. I'll definitely keep an eye out, and if we see anything interesting come out of that, absolutely we'll throw it in the news. Make sure and share your thoughts in the comments below. Always a good time to kind of see what people are thinking about the releases and events that are happening. That's going to do it for this week's news. Going to keep it pretty short and sweet. There's not a lot going on in the industry right now, but as always, check back again next Tuesday. We'll see what's new in the RC scale arena. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoy these videos. Subscribe if you're not already. Hit the notification bell so you see them as soon as they pop up. But with that, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome week, and we'll see you on the next one.